everyone, I'm Savannah and this is Uniscent. We are all about fragrances. We do fragrance reviews, hauls, comparisons, collections, niche, designer, and Middle Eastern fragrances. Today we'll be taking a look at Rabanne's Million Gold for Him and for Her. So I was really interested to see how they changed these fragrances since the 1 million line and the Lady Million line. So I'm quite excited to share my thoughts and opinions with you guys on these fragrances. So this is a first impressions review, so unfortunately I don't really have the longevity of the fragrance. I don't quite know the longevity of the fragrance, but I can speak for projection, but just not longevity. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing and turn post notifications on. Let's jump into it. So first off, the bottles, I really like the Million Gold for Her. The bottle is really pretty. I prefer it to the Lady Million bottles. I think it's quite a bit more elegant than the Lady Million bottles. In terms of the Million Gold for Him, the bottle is basically the same as the 1 million bottles. So nothing different there. I do like those bottles, but nothing different there. So we'll take a look at Million Gold for Her first, and then we'll take a look at Million Gold for Him. So in the notes of Million Gold for Her, in the top we have pear, rose, and lavender. In the mid we have ylang ylang and jasmine, and in the base we have vanilla, musk, and moss. So immediately the pear and the vanilla come through quite strong. The pear is very prominent in the opening and it kind of sticks there throughout the whole journey of the fragrance. But the pear is almost like it's a juicy pear. So it gives you kind of the sensation of when you biting into the pear, the first bite that you take into a pear, that juiciness that happens when you bite. So you can pick up a slight powderiness from the musk, and you can also pick up a little bit of the lavender. I find this fragrance quite sweet and vanillic, but I don't find it gourmand at all. It's more of a floral, fruity fragrance. So it is sweet. It is quite sweet, but it's not sickly sweet. It's not gourmand sweet. It's just got that floral sweetness and a little bit of fruity sweetness. I would say this fragrance is a year-round scent, but it would work best in summer and spring. I think those would be the best seasons to wear it in, but I do think that you can wear it year-round. I find it quite a casual scent. I don't think it's a formal scent, but it is office appropriate. So even though it's a casual scent, I do find it a pretty scent. It's nothing wow, but it is a pretty scent. So when I picture someone wearing this, I see someone in a floral blouse with high-waisted jeans. So quite a casual look, nothing fancy, nothing formal, just a casual running errands, going shopping, going for lunch with the girls, that kind of scent. I do think you can wear it for day dates, but not in a sexy evening kind of date. So I don't find this fragrance very sexy, but I do find it classy and carefree. The performance is lacking a little bit for me. I find the projection quite soft, even though I sprayed quite a bit on. Over the hours, I've not actually received any whiffs of it or any kind of projection from it coming from my arm, even though I've sprayed quite a bit. Even when I initially sprayed it, there wasn't any like massive projection to my nose. I had to really go in and smell it. I do think that this fragrance is suited for all ages though. I don't think that it's limited to any age range. And I think it's quite a calming scent. I don't think it's sexy in any manner, but it is definitely a calming scent. So I would say that this fragrance is blind buy safe, but it is mass pleasing, but it's nothing groundbreaking. It's nothing unique. I don't find it an amazing scent. It's a pretty scent, but I don't think it's a must-have in your collection. Then if we get into Million Gold for Him, if we look at the notes, we have sandalwood, spices, mandarin orange, and cedarwood. So immediately, I think this fragrance was going to come off as quite woody and a little bit spicy. So the opening of this fragrance was a little bit weird for me. I don't know why I got this kind of grassy, earthy, but obviously spicy kind of scent. But there was a grassiness to it, which I didn't quite like, but it did fade almost immediately. So I don't know if that was just an initial spray that my nose just didn't enjoy that. But that's what I got from the opening, but it faded almost immediately. So this is definitely a woody and spicy fragrance for sure. I don't really find it sweet. There's a touch of sweetness, but it's not strong at all. So I don't find it sexy. So the mandarin orange I find quite prominent through the woods, but it's more of, I'm getting a little bit of bitterness from almost the peel of the orange, almost like the orange zest. That I'm getting a little bit of bitterness from that. I'm not getting a sweetness from the orange. I do think that this fragrance is office appropriate. I think it's also appropriate for just hanging out with the boys, someone wearing some jeans and a sweater, nothing formal or fancy, just a casual type of look. In my opinion, I don't think it's suited for dates just because I don't find it sexy at all, really. The performance on this fragrance so far is pretty good. I've had really good projection with it, and it's been on me for a good couple of hours now. So I do find that the projection is fairly good. It comes to your nose without actually having to go in and smell it. So it does come to your nose. I think this is a year-round scent. I don't think it's suited for any specific season. I think it's also suited for all ages. I don't think there's a restriction on age range for this fragrance. I do think it is blind buy safe because I think it is mass pleasing, but I don't think it's as mass pleasing as the original 1 million range. I think that range is amazing in itself in terms of being mass pleasing. I love that range just because it has quite a bit of sweetness and I love sweet fragrances. So for me, I'm kind of comparing this fragrance to, not comparing them in terms of like, are they the same? But sort of comparing them in how good of a fragrance it is compared to how well the original 1 million line did. And for me, I just feel like it's not quite on par with it in terms of how mass pleasing it will be and how well it will sell. So that's obviously just my opinion. I may be wrong, but for me, I don't like it as much as the original line. So it's just not a must have for me. So I would recommend it as a casual day-to-day scent. I think it can be signature scent worthy, but I don't think that it's a amazing, unique kind of scent. I think it's not necessarily generic, but I think that it's not a amazingly new, unique kind of scent. It's just a nice, pleasant scent, in my opinion. So that's it for this review. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you found this helpful, please click that like button and subscribe. It really helps the channel. Please also let me know your thoughts on these fragrances. Do you like the Million Gold line now? Do you prefer it to the original Lady Million and 1 million from Rabanne? I would really like to hear your thoughts and opinions. I'll see you next time. Bye!